Joint Committee. The first item on the agenda is appointment of chair, and from the chair, I'd like to propose councillor Ian Riceman. Do I have that seconded? Are there any other nominations? I see none. All in favour? That's unanimous. Thank you. Second item on the agenda is appointment of vice chair. Again, from the chair, I'd like to propose councillor Rob Romans. Do I have a seconder? Thank you, councillor Plant. Are there any other nominations? I see none. All in favour? Thank you. That's unanimous. And councillor Romans been notified. In the absence of the chair that we voted in.
Oh, I would have. Thank you, councillor.
My first deputy mayor duty.
Good evening, everyone.
Evening.
Okay. Right, and thank you very much for re-electing me as vice chair for the year. Okay, so we'll move on with other business. We have apologies for absence from councillors Miller and Riceman. They're in absentia at the moment. I hear it's a nice place. Item number 4, declarations of interest. Right, fine, okay, nothing. Item number 5, public participation. Okay.
Heavy crowd.
Right, gonna be a tough one. Okay, all right, we move on to item number 6 then, which is minutes. So item A.
Is this that's live?
Yes.
Okay, right.
Sorry. So item 6, agenda item A, to approve the minutes of the committee meeting held on the 18th of April 2023. Do I have an approver? Councillor Plant. Seconder, Councillor Gavin. Okay, let's vote. All those in favour? Okay. Item B, to note the notes of the 353 to 357 Reading Road Working Group meeting held on the 14th of April. Can I take those as noted? Yeah. By the committee, thank you. Right, on to item 7, working groups. So to approve the terms of reference and membership of the following 353 to 357 Reading Road Working Group, and then legal, HR and value for money. We'll take those each in turn. Councillor Thomas, you have a question.
Yes, I'd just like to propose one small amendment to the terms of reference for 353 to 357 Reading Road. At the moment, it doesn't mention anything about the possibility of putting on a 3rd floor on the pavilion. And I think that should be added.
Okay. The word?
Terms of reference.
Chairman.
I would suggest that it doesn't need to be added to the terms of reference, because the terms of reference is broad enough to encompass the whole project.
Yeah.
It doesn't say anything about design, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's just how the working group will actually function.
It just mentions AFC Henley Hockey Club and the Council's Park Services Depot.
Yeah. It doesn't mention anything design wise. It doesn't need to. It's not a design statement. It's just a terms of reference for working group.
No, I'm not talking about design. I'm talking about adding this proposal, the proposal that we've been working on formally to the terms of reference. I'm not talking about design.
But you are by saying 2nd floor. That's a design element.
Yeah, but it's going to house a business.
Yeah, but it doesn't say whether it should or shouldn't house a business as it is.
Well, it's going to be empty.
No, as in terms of reference, don't.
I think we should formally bring it into the terms of reference formally.
But is it this group's remit to put in a 2nd floor? I'm a little bit confused, sorry.
Yeah, Councillor Gavin.
Well,
What do you think?
I'm with Councillor Palmer on this. It's just terms of reference for saying the working group to work on stock. Now, if the working group want to work on 2nd floor, 3rd floor, 5th floor, then they can within the terms of reference anyway, provided when it comes to fruition, they bring it back to this committee for approval. So the terms of reference are only the reference for getting the work done.
Yeah, because these
So
are.
I don't think it's necessary at all.
Councillor Hunt.
Sharon, guys, if we could we note in the minutes then that we consider that if they wish to work on elements like this, we consider that to be within the terms of reference, because that would encompass councillor Thomas's concerns?
Yes, certainly, or if you did want a change in terms of reference, then you could simply simplify the remit, and where it says to re-provide the facilities for AFC Henley, etc., etc., just put to re-provide, to investigate the re-provision of current facilities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or something.
Because you want it to stay as broad as possible. You don't want to define.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd be happy with that.
Do that as a formal proposal. Okay. Okay, so formal proposal, councillor Hunt suggestion, any further comments? Would you like to sum up?
Quite happy with that.
Okay, fair enough, okay. Could I have a seconder, please? Councillor Thomas, and let's take a vote. All those in favour? Thank you very much. Right, okay, that's unanimous. Okay, looking at the membership of the groups, they do have people on them who are no longer on the council, and we'll address that separately. But let's go through and look at the groups individually. So looking at the Reading Road Working Group, I'd like to propose from the chair that we retain councillor Ken Arlott as the chair of 353-357 Reading Road. Councillor Hinton.
Are we voting a chair now?
So the terms of reference say that the chairman is elected at the first meeting of the group.
Right, sorry. Okay, yeah.
It is quite confusing as it depends on the group as to how it works.
Okay, so we don't really need to worry about it for this meeting. Okay, right, fine, so scrap that. Looking at the legal, HR and value for money groups, we will defer those to a future meeting because at the moment, value for money only met once during the last period, and legal and HR, there isn't really anything pending on there. Councillor Hinton.
So there are, I assume obviously councillor Arlett's, district councillor, is staying on 353, 357, but not as a town councillor. There are still 3 town councillors coming off, so are there any more being put onto it now that we're discussing the membership? I mean, is there anybody here that is looking to go on that?
Councillor Gabriel.
Well, not me, but certainly councillor Clark's going to come off, councillor Hamilton's going to come off. I would like John Hooper, who is now been reduced to the ranks, to still be on that particular committee.
Councillor Thomas.
I just think that we need more time with this group. I think it's all a bit patchy for me. I just think we just need a bit more time.
Councillor Hunt.
A clarification, and please forgive my ignorance here. Where in the terms of reference, it states quorum would be 3 councillors. Does that include district councillors as well, or is it just town councillors? Just town councillors.
Sorry, just to complete my sentence, and anybody else who wants to put their name forward over the next couple of weeks is the answer.
It's a fantastic project. Honestly, I've really enjoyed sitting on this one. If anyone's interested in joining us.
Well, I think Gavin will probably be quite useful
Yeah,
on this.
yeah.
So can I ask a question? Sorry, because I wasn't on finance last year or ever been on this working group. So listed here are just councillor members of that committee. Are there any non-councillor members currently?
There are no current council members, but the membership that you agree should include all membership.
Okay, but are there any non-councillors on this working group usually, or?
Not formal members. Members of AFC Henley and Henley Hockey Club and other stakeholders are invited to the meetings, but they're not formal members of the working group.
So so if we are choosing the membership of this, we need to, so
We're not going to do that tonight.
So Ken Arlott and John Hooper are not councillors, but we would be formally putting them on the committee as non-councillors.
I think.
And there is that change, and I just wanted to, because currently there are no non-councillors.
Deferring it because none of us have even spoken to councillor Arlott or John Hooper.
Sorry, I have. Yeah, I don't think we need to defer it. I think councillor Arlott and John Hooper should go on the committee, but with the proviso that in the next couple of weeks, if anybody else might pops their name forward, and they should.
I'm sorry, I wasn't aware of that. And I just think we need a bit more time to discuss that.
Well, you've asked me whether I have discussed it with them. The answer is yes, I have.
So
And
does
in
that
fact,
mean,
I've also discussed it with.
so does that mean that I'm coming off that committee?
No,
Because
No, you can
I'd
stay on.
rather, I'd be more comfortable if we would all discuss it as a group
Well, we are.
before we,
Sorry, that's why we're at the finance committee meeting. We are discussing it as a group now. And if you wish to stay on the committee, then you can say, yeah, I'll stay on the committee.
You can, yeah.
And Lawrence will have a chat with Gavin as to whether he wants to stay on the committee. And send an email to Sheridan.
Councillor Thomas, may I ask you which committee you're on? Because
357.
we're talking about 357.
it's not listed.
Yeah, that,
Yeah, down the bottom.
Yes, yes.
Oh, sorry, beg your pardon.
that's right.
Thank you very much.
So,
I'll make a proposal if you want. Councillor Ken Arlen, John Hooper, Councillor Roland Farr, Councillor Reisman, Councillor Michelle Thomas, stay on the committee, and anybody else who wishes to join you over the next couple of weeks. I'll make that as a proposal if you wish.
Councillor Hinton?
are we opening it up to other non-councillor members?
Yes, fine, no.
I think we should,
Non-councillors,
No,
stakeholders?
no, we don't need to do that.
Because in the terms of reference, it says councillors and AFC Henley specifically named and whoever else,
Yeah.
and stakeholders.
Yeah. Because they change, so they're invited along by
Yeah.
Sheridan and Kath each time, because sometimes it's a different representative from hockey or different from football. Maybe one of the the professional proposal.
I thought-
pitch writers.
So councillor Arlett as a former chair makes complete sense as a stakeholder, relevant experience. I'm not getting the John Hooper connection at
I
all.
don't think
John
we can go,
Hooper served on the committee for 3 years.
I don't think we can go for John until.
But he's
the
not councillor
investigation
anymore, he
is
wasn't
finished.
elected.
Until his investigation is finished, I would feel highly uneasy.
Careful,
yeah,
Well, no, while it's currently.
careful.
well, this is
I
why
think
we're
careful-
going to be
I think careful making a
careful.
decision. I want nothing to do with any of those headlines. I think as we, in our very first committee as councillors, we spoke about any actions that we make reflect on the entire town council. That is not something I would feel comfortable doing until a resolution is met. Simple as that. Like, I'd be careful. I'm not the one that raised it. So that's my thoughts on that one. So I'm happy to go for all of those by that one. But don't
I
know
think
what
we
to
should
discuss.
offer it to other councillors. We haven't had a chance to talk to other councillors about this very, very exciting opportunity on 357. It is really, it's such a fantastic project.
Being sarcastic, I'm afraid.
It was always one of my favourites. I mean, it's such a it really is an exciting project for the town, and it's been going on for so many years now, and we really are in such a good position now, and I feel very, very positive about
There's
it.
nothing to stop us going with the
But I
recommendation.
do think that
and adding-
we've got some fantastic new councillors, and I think they should be given an opportunity to learn more about the project.
Well, I don't think Stefan is stopping that. He's saying, and then sending out to the other councillors to see if anyone else wishes to.
Councillor Hunt wishes to make a point.
Can I just suggest then that we accept, we'll park the John Hooper debate for the second, but accept that the councillors that Stefan put forward, so Councillor Garrett put forward, should be adopted, and that we agree that we will discuss this and potentially add more at the next meeting.
Yeah, because at the first meeting, we can add more.
Yeah.
And
So that way we can get through both.
Happy.
Could I ask, how pressing is it to hold one of these meetings? Can it wait another cycle, or is it something that you're looking to hold quite quickly?
I'm looking to the deputy clerk and she shook her head and made a face. So I think she would much prefer there to be at least some membership.
Yeah.
So
Okay, then, I don't know if there's been a proposal of
Not yet.
one that was a
Somebody
little
wants to
bit
That was
controversial.
proposed- that was
Sorry, that
proposed
was
by
round about.
Councillor- And I'll second it.
Okay, if you'd like to make a proposal again, just to make sure we're all aligned.
I propose that we adopt the membership minus John Hooper as proposed by Councillor Garrett. And then we agree that we will raise the question of membership at the next finance meeting to.
Once we've had a chance to speak to other councillors.
So to clarify, the 4 members would be in this proposal, Ken Arlett, Councillor Plant, Councillor Reisman and Councillor Thomas.
Okay.
And then anyone else that would wish to join
Would we be quorum actually? with that?
before the next full
We-
council, not
we will
before the
be
next thing.
Excellent.
Right, okay, Councillor Thomas, you second. Okay, we'll take a vote on that.
If I could speak.
Yes, sorry, it's Councillor. Hutchinson, please.
Just very briefly, how can you amend a proposal that I've already made?
Oh, sorry, we didn't realise we'd made one.
Go
Sorry.
I actually thought it was entirely new proposal.
on. Well, we have been debating that one for a little bit of time, so various things have probably got missed and confused and lost there. Well, in that case, I mean, Councillor Gavin has made a proposal. Does anyone second it? We'll vote on it.
No, there's no second.
No second. So we'll need a fresh proposal.
I've worried about
All
this.
the proposals there,
Okay, right.
here's one made earlier.
Apologies. Okay, right, here's what it is.
This is how meetings go.
Democracy is spoken. Okay, let's take a vote on Councillor Hunt's proposal. All those in favour? Okay, right, fine, carried. Right, item number 8, finance. So to receive the management accounts, bank reconciliations. I'm sorry.
Did we formally agree to defer the membership of the other two working groups?
Next meeting.
I think we discussed it. We didn't vote on it.
Yeah, that's for sure. Cool. So receive the management accounts, bank reconciliations and summary of payments. Those as received? Yeah. Reviewed. Right. Councillor Thomas? Okay, fantastic. Item number 9, expenditure. So these are all verbal, A, B and C. First one, A, pavilion lights, £1,280 for the upgrading of existing lights to LED. Town Clerk, would you like to comment on this?
So this is some maintenance work that we've already been doing. So it's for some lighting that didn't work while we prepared the pavilion for a new tenant. And then as we were doing the work, the finance manager raised the point that as it isn't upgrading the lights, then it could be capital expenditure. Hence, it's just the wiring of money from revenue to capital.
Okay. Could I have a proposal, please? Councillor Plant.
I mean, yeah, very straightforward. It's just a members game.
Okay, cool. Seconded.
Yeah.
Okay, Councillor Thomas, and let's take a vote. All those in favour? Right, thank you. Okay, item B, Red Lion.
Before we move on, can I just ask one question? I probably should have raised it in the previous one with item 8. Why is the council spending literally thousands of pounds with LinkedIn at the moment? Is that to do with recruitment or something?
Oh, that was recruitment. Yeah, right. Okay, thank you.
The finance officer.
It's just for £1,500 of expenditure in one cycle.
Yeah.
Worth asking.
That wouldn't surprise me with LinkedIn.
Hopefully there will be no more for a while. Yeah, for a while.
Yeah, LinkedIn efforts aren't cheap.
We've done a lot of recruitment.
Yeah.
The pavilion, that's just quite a nice topic for Daisy to share as well. 'Cause it's-
Anyway, moving back to the agenda, item B, Red Lion Lawn Electric, so £1,485 from capital expenditure for the installation of 2 sockets at Red Lion Lawn. Sheridan? Sorry, Councillor.
What's the purpose of the sockets?
So.
Who will be using them?
So at the moment, we have a licensee on the lawn who has both moorings and the lawn. And they use it for hospitality. And at the moment, they have to use generators because there's no working electricity supply. We looked at various options, but the deputy clerk was able to find basically the cheapest option was to basically use an existing electrical supply the other side of the bridge. And then basically be under the bridge to create 2 sockets. So the idea is that this would add value to the lawn whilst also helping us to achieve our climate emergency aims as well.
Who will it be metered?
It is metered, yes, and it's recharged to the licensee.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Could I take a proposal on that, please? Councillor Hinton? Yeah. Seconder? Yeah. Councillor Plant?
Jim is very happy.
I'm sure she is. Let's take a vote. All those in favour? Thank you. Moving on to item C, Parks ATV, so £2,300 from capital expenditure towards the replacement of the stolen Parks quad bike. Sheridan, over to you.
So we had a second-hand quad bike. It was stolen actually last May. It took quite a long time for the insurance to come through, and so we did get reimbursed for the value of the quad bike. Quad bike was bought, I think, in 2019. We we have been able to get a new quad bike with that money, but it's, because it's a new role, then it's slightly more. So we've got basically a brand new quad bike, for the cost of the, that we got from the insurance, plus an additional, 2,300, which, seems quite good value for a 4-year-old model. A 4-year younger model.
Any further questions, comments? Okay, we'll open that to proposals. Councillor Plant.
Yeah, common sense, good value.
Okay,
Second that.
okay, councillor Hunt, seconder, let's take a vote. All those in favour? Brilliant, okay, and finally, item D, old fire station gallery signage. This one is noted in the agenda, and that is £4,015 from capital expenditure for upgraded replacement signs as recommended by the RNA committee. Any comments on this one? Anyone who's on RNA? Councillor Hinton, go on then.
I propose that we set this as well.
Like that, okay, we have a proposal. I'm happy with what's been suggested. Do we have a seconder? Councillor Hoskins. Okay, let's take a vote. All those in favour? Right, cool. Right, item number 10, strategic risk assessment. So to review and approve our strategic risk assessments, pages 37 to 46 in the agenda. I'll open the bidding on this one. Does anyone have any comments, proposals, thoughts?
I had one quite looking through that would be fraud risk being seen as low. I agree that it's low likelihood, but I thought the potential impact would be high. Was there any reason that the impact was rated as medium, not high?
I'll let the town clerk speak to that one.
What page on?
I'm looking at page 9
Page.
and second to bottom. And there's also no one there responsible. I was wondering why.
On page 9, not page 6.
Yeah, I had it on, yeah, I had it on the same page as you. Oh, it's on both.
I'm looking at.
Is it on the top of table on page 6 for?
Well, I'm looking at the printed copy. so that might
1.2.
be-
Yeah.
Oh, no, they're different,
It's on page 45.
so it's under different headings. So the first fraud is under 1, which is people. And then the second fraud
Oh, so I was looking
is
at
under finance and legal.
Page
Yeah.
9, 10, yeah.
So you're on about the fraud under finance and legal?
Yes. It's a good question. I would say that it's on the, so it's the likelihood bit, isn't it? It's the likelihood, I'm just trying to see, isn't it likelihood of the impact? No, so the likelihood is low, the impact would be moderate. I think that's because of the controls that we have in place, then the ability to defraud the council out of such a large sum that it would have a large impact that we wouldn't be able to claim back, say, from the insurance, because we do have the cover, that sort of thing. Then I think that's why it would be very difficult for it to
Okay, no, that's fine. I'm happy with that.
have drastic implications.
And should that be, is it the finance manager who should be responsible? Or
It's very good question. I would say it should be myself as responsible for finance officer, so I'm happy to amend that.
Thank you.
Sheridan, any further comments you want to make on this one?
No, not really. There aren't many changes.
Cool, okay, then in that case, proposal for approval. Councillor Plant, seconder. That's your choices. Councillor Thomas. Okay, let's take a vote on that. Fantastic, carried. Right, item 11, the most pressing one of the lot, exclusion of the press and public.
Well, they're on YouTube, you never know, there could be thousands watching.
Okay,
No.
can we just move on to items?
We have to.
Oh, it's being recorded.
Okay, all right, okay, so let's take a vote on the exclusion of the public and press on the remainder of the meeting. Councillor Hoskins. Okay, seconder, councillor Gavroche.